Hello, welcome and a very good evening. You're watching Breaking Ground and I'm Siddharth Talia. We turn our attention now to the Women's Premier League auctions which have just concluded. Indian opener Smriti Mandhana broke bank as she became the first pick in the Women's Premier League auction history, being bought by Royal Challengers Bangalore for 3.4 crore rupees. The second costliest Indian player so far is the all-rounder Deepti Sharma, who was bought by UP Warriorz for a sum of rupees 2.6 crore. However, Indian skipper Harmanpreet Kaur was sold for 1.8 crores to Delhi Capitals. So these were some of the big bids during the course of the Women's Premier League auctions. Jemima Rodriguez, who in fact scored a half-century yesterday in that World T20 match against Pakistan and South Africa, was bought for 2.2 crore rupees. And the Indian opener, under-19 T20 World Cup winning captain Shefali Verma, received a successful bid of rupees 2 crore again by Delhi Capitals. Now, one of the prominent picks during the first round of auctions was Australia's off-spinning all-rounder Ashley Gardner, who was bought by the Gautam Adani-owned Gujarat Giants for a sum of 3.2 crore rupees. Now, the star Australian all-rounder Elise Perry received a cool rupees 1.7 crore winning bid from the Royal Challengers Bangalore once again. And they also managed to purchase the New Zealand skipper Sophie Devine at a base price of rupees 50 lakh. Let me go across to Karishma, who's been tracking all the developments in the auctions. Karishma, take us through some of the numbers, the players who were sold as well as unsold, and not very surprisingly, Smriti Mandhana receiving the highest bid. She's a star batter and she was bought for about 3.4 crores if I'm not mistaken.
Well, it's absolutely star batter, star personality, Smriti Mandhana, one of the top names in Indian cricket, and RCB going hard for her, 3 crore 40 lakh rupees, and RCB pinning their hopes on her to possibly win an IPL trophy, this time the Women's Premier League trophy. So big bucks going in for Smriti Mandhana. Deepti Sharma also taking in the big money. Harmanpreet Kaur, 1 crore 80 lakh rupees going to Mumbai Indians. Shefali Verma, Siddharth, very important name, very big name. She was the captain of the under-19 World Cup winning team, the first ever World Cup ICC trophy that women's cricket has won in India. So Shefali Verma also going to Delhi for 2 crore rupees. So the Indian players are doing very, very well in the first ever WPL auctions. Over 200-300 cricketers had registered for this auction. The slot was only 60. If we talk about foreign players, Australian players doing very, very well. Ashley Gardner, Elise Perry, of course, a very, very big Australian name in women's cricket across the world, and she was also taken for a good amount of money. And England player Sophie Ecclestone also going for good money. So clearly this WPL has laid the foundation for women's cricket in India and across the world, and all eyes will now be in Mumbai from 4th of March to the 26th of March, when the WPL takes place in the DY Patil Stadium and Brabant Stadium. But today is a very historic day for women's cricket in India and women cricketers in India, not just because they've gotten so much money or they've gone for crores of rupees, but because it's shown that women cricketers have put in so much effort and taken initiatives to ensure that they reach a stage where they have multiple teams vying to get them in their teams, because they know that these women cricketers from India have such quality that they can take them to the winning side as well, Siddharth.
Yes, Karishma, stay with us. If we could just show our viewers the reactions that have been coming from the Indian camp. Remember that the Indian team is currently playing in South Africa in the women's version of the World T20, and those are some of the reactions that you see on your screen. All the players, of course, glued to the television screen there, which was broadcasting the auctions that were underway a short while ago, and some of the players being congratulated by their fellow teammates upon those bids. Right, so Karishma, coming back to you, our team is now in South Africa. They played a superb game yesterday against Pakistan. There was one point in time where we thought that the match could end up being decided very narrowly, but India comfortably won it in the end. And Jemima Rodriguez, who actually scored a half-century yesterday, she was bought for 2.2 crores as well.
Well, yes, Jemima Rodriguez was the star of the match yesterday. Of course, alongside Richa Ghosh, who is going to forget the 3 4s that she hit in the 17th over back-to-back. But Jemima Rodriguez, like you said, gone to Delhi for over 2 crore rupees. Delhi also very, very strong in their bids alongside Jemima. They've gone for Shefali Verma as well. But Siddharth, there has been a lot of talk around Royal Challengers Bangalore and the kind of bids they have done, especially going in for Smriti Mandhana from the start. And Smriti Mandhana continues to be the highest bidded women's cricketer in the first edition of this WPL at 3 crore 40 lakh rupees. So the women's cricket in India and across the world going in the right direction is what one can hope and one can say with the start of the WPL auction today. And all the cricketers, the women cricketers who are in South Africa, the reactions we just showed and played for our viewers, of course, so heartening to see these players so happy and celebrating their moment in South Africa with all other team members. They've already won the match against Pakistan. The auction has gone on so well. So one hopes that this adds to the momentum that they have from winning the match versus Pakistan yesterday, and that we may have more good news before the WPL starts on the 4th of March.
Absolutely.
And we can just hope that Indian team gives its best in
Right. Jubilant scenes, Karishma, like you rightly said, from the Indian camp in South Africa, and we'll of course await more news in terms of India's preparations for its next game now in the World T20.